Hello, welcome. My name is Paul Shanowski, and I'm going to be doing the session today on climate impacts on infrastructure. I'm from the University of Colorado. Specifically, I'm in the Civil Systems program. My research really focuses on what are the effects of climate on different elements of infrastructure. When I talk about infrastructure, I'm talking about all different types of infrastructure. Roads, energy distribution systems, water distribution systems, public buildings such as hospitals, schools, public safety buildings. We talk about shipping, we talk about rail, we talk about all different aspects of the elements of infrastructure of cities, of rural areas that make up the building blocks of our daily lives. That's infrastructure. The question that I look at is really twofold. One, what is the potential effect of climate change on these elements? Increased temperatures, precipitation, flooding. All of these have an impact. The question is, what level of impact for what level of increases? That's one area of the research. The second focuses on what is the cost ramification of this? It's not free to change this. Can we adapt to minimize the damages? That's really what I've been looking at. I've been working on this in both an international aspect, on country level studies, and all the way down to individual communities, looking at the effects on individual roads. Both follow the same kind of concept. Let's figure out what is the potential climate change in that area. What is the effect? Does it seem like there's going to be an extreme event in the near term? Or is this a long-term event? Where is it? When's it going to happen? That's really what my focus is. Take the climate science, take the different models that people have, and let's figure out how can we use that to try and make some type of intelligent support for decision makers. This is really going to be a major issue for planners over the next 10, 20 years. As infrastructure is replaced, as new infrastructure is put in place, what do we do? Do we build it the same way we did now? Do we make changes to it? Those are the type of questions that I'm looking to answer. You're going to be learning today in the sessions that I'm doing how we do this, how we actually determine what are the effects. You're going to learn how do we cost these things. How do we have an impact on policy? How do we make a decision about when we should actually put these things in place? That's what I'm focusing on. That's what I'm going to help you understand. We do it in one session, but there are a lot of issues that go along with this. Okay? So consider today an introduction. We've been working on a very simple question since the start of this. How are people going to respond to climate change? That was 4 years ago, and we're still looking at that same question. Does it mean that we don't have ideas? No, we do. We have ideas of how people are going to respond. The question is, what's the appropriate way? How do we know when to respond? How do we know what are the good ways or the inadvisable ways to respond? That's what I'm looking for. My background to answer these questions is varied. I have engineering background, architecture background, and quite a bit of management experience to go along with this. What does that do? Well, it provides me the ability to talk to you about not only the physical effects, but the policy effects. That's what I do. That's what my advice is for people. Not just what are the numbers, but what are the policy. In the end, it's going to be the ability to make policies that relate to climate change that are really going to help make important decisions. I hope you enjoy the sessions. I look forward to your comments. Thanks a lot.